Hey, Let's Marvel Snap community, Vin4 here. Thanks again for tuning into my channel. Today I'm really excited because Discard is back, and back in a big way. I'm gonna show you guys what I think is the best Discard deck. I've been playing this to gain cubes and move up on my way to infinite level. So let's break down this deck, and then we're gonna go through the turn by turn before we get into a little bit of gameplay. Hope you enjoy. Let's snap. Okay, so here's our deck stats. As you can see, the win rate is not that impressive, only at 51.3% for about 40 games. But look at the net cubes. The net cubes are plus 17, which was super impressive. If you see my Orca video, out of 20 games, I was at plus 18. So normally you're gonna average downward as this deck did, but notice what I have down here at the bottom. These stats do not include 40 plus cubes and 4 plus ranks gained on mobile in the past hour. I wish it would keep track of my stats here because, again, I gained 40 plus cubes. I went from like rank 56 up to 65, of course, with the plus 5 50 cube bump. So pretty amazing, pretty awesome stats. You know, it's helped me so far 10 levels toward infinite this season. So encourage you to check this deck out. Let's take a look at our deck breakdown and our turn by turn. Okay, so here's our deck breakdown. I think most of you are familiar with these cards, but just in case you're not, I'll go over them really quick, and then we'll talk about how they go turn by turn and how I play these out normally in an ideal situation. This first card obviously is Nebula, that comes with the season pass. If you haven't got the season pass and you have 10 extra bucks, don't do lunch or something like that. Buy this season pass. This is such a great one drop. Really awesome. A lot of fun to play with. Now, if you don't have Nebula, obviously you can switch it in with like Sunspot, or if you want some disruption, go ahead and play like Iceman. Is always great disruption card on turn 1. So Morbius is our second card, and Morbius is obviously one of our win conditions of the deck. You gain 2 plus power each time you discard a card this game. Obviously this is a discard deck, so we can get Morbius up into the teens pretty easily, especially when you pair him with MODOK, if you have MODOK, which I do have in this deck. Our next card is Wolverine. Wolverine is a great 2-drop. I really love Wolverine in this deck. Discard Wolverine or destroy him, however you want to say it, with Calling Wing and or with MODOK. Usually you just get him to a 2/4, and usually you're playing him for free because you're just discarding him. Swarm, again, is another important card to this deck. You discard it, and then you add 2 more copies to your hand. So if you're lucky enough to get Swarm on and have Calling Wing on turn 2, you can play Calling Wing, discard Swarm. Now you have 2 more copies of Swarm in your hand. And then if you have MODOK on 5, then you can MODOK those Swarms, and you'll have like 3 or 4 copies to play on the final turn, which is pretty amazing. And those are all free 0 cost cards. So definitely part of your win condition. Calling Wing is really key in this deck. When I first started playing discard, I didn't have Calling Wing early on, so I was really frustrated because I saw all these people playing Calling Wing and their Swarms, and I'm like, I'm having to just kind of RNG it with other cards like Blade and stuff, and it just wasn't working. What a great card to know you're gonna hit. You know what you're gonna hit in your deck, and it just creates a ton of consistency with this discard deck. If you've been watching any of my videos, you know Mystique's my favorite card. Mystique is awesome because you can copy your Morbius. That's it on turn 3. Sometimes you could play turn 5 Morbius and Calling Wing. Storm's another great card. Storm's pretty important to this deck as well, just because you can shut down one lane. Typically you want to shut down the lane with a Nebula in it, but not all the time. And then you can always follow it up with Dracula. So really powerful card. Has a little bit of control factor for you, so that you really only need to win 2 lanes, although I'm always trying to win 3. So that's just me. Of course, Lady Sif is our other 3-drop, and she obviously discards the highest cost card from your hand. So once you have Apocalypse in your hand, you want to use Lady Sif. Sometimes I don't use Lady Sif because I don't have Apocalypse in my hand, and I don't want to get rid of MODOK or Dracula or any of those. So I could just sit on her until maybe the final turn, or just get rid of her in my MODOK discard play. Dracula, of course, is your key win condition with this deck. Dracula is probably the best card in Marvel Snap. There's no way to counter Dracula at this point. I hope they keep it like that. I like how there's certain cards like this that you have to play around, and Dracula is just super powerful. Sometimes your opponents, they'll just retreat because they see Dracula on the board and they have no idea what you have. Even if you don't have anything for Dracula to get power from, they'll just retreat on you. I have that happen all the time because the threat of Dracula is so real. Great card and important card to this deck. MODOK is such a great card because if you miss your other discards, like Calling Wing, and it just cleans everything up in your deck. If you don't have MODOK, I would recommend you getting play Hellcow. Hellcow's a great card because it discards 2, so you can have your swarm, and you could play that even on a turn 5 and get rid of some swarms and your apocalypse, let's say, or 2 swarms, and then you have a ton of swarms and then a 9-drop or a 6-drop to play on the final turn, which is really powerful, really awesome. And this is obviously the big card in the deck, Apocalypse, APOC, whatever you want to call him. I love this variant. Anyways, Apocalypse, you put it back with 4 power every time you discard it. Ideally, with this deck, because it's so consistent, I'm typically only getting him discarded. Usually I'm maxing out around 20, maybe a little bit higher on this card because of consistency. Now, I've played other discard where you can get, I've gotten Apocalypse up to like, 30 something without location help, just discarding, but that's really a high RNG deck. And it's just not very consistent like this deck is. This is why this deck is so good. And of course, American Chavez, she's our 6-drop, and she's just awesome because she just helps you get your combos that you need. You know you're getting her on turn 6, so there's no surprises. Again, making this a very, very consistent deck. So I really love running American Chavez in this deck. Okay, so that's the deck. Let's go to the turn by turn real quick. It's pretty simple. Here I have the ideal turn by turn. So obviously things might change. There's variations, there's locations that are going to change maybe what you're going to do. But for the most part, obviously turn 1, you're going to play Nebula. That's your only 1-drop. So that you just play that. I tend to throw it in the right-hand lane, even though I don't know that location, because typically people are not going to play into that location. So you might be able to get 1 or 2 2-point buffs on her before someone starts playing there. Turn 2, if I have Morbius in hand, I'm going to drop Morbius into a different location than Nebula, typically. If I don't have Morbius, I'm going to play Calling's Wing if I have Swarm or Wolverine or both. Either one of those you're going to hit. That's going to be awesome. If you hit Wolverine, Calling Wing is a 2/8, which is insane. If you have Swarm, then obviously you get 2 more Swarms at 0 cost to play on the final turn, typically. Unless they wave you. Sometimes you get waved on turn 5 and it kind of messes you up, but you just deal with those games. Turn 3, if I have Nebula down in that right-hand lane, I'm going to storm her so that she can, gain some points in the final turns for our 5 and 6. And then I'm going to play Mystique on turn 3 if I put Morbius down on turn 2 and just copy Morbius. Now I have 2 Morbiuses, and I'm always going to play Mystique into a 3rd lane. So ideally I have Nebula in 1 lane, Morbius in a 2nd lane, and Mystique in a 3rd lane. You're putting pressure on all 3 lanes, and that's what's so great about this deck. This is why I love this discard deck. It puts a lot of pressure on your opponent to kind of know what you're going to do and which 2 lanes you're going to focus on. And then obviously, if you've stormed your Nebula lane, you can follow that up on turn 4 with Dracula. Turn 5, you're going to mostly always want to MODOK on turn 5. The only time you might not want to is if you don't have Apocalypse, you might not want to use your MODOK. But usually you do, because if you have Morbius down or Morbius and Mystique down, you're just going to like pump them up to 2 or 3 or like a 8 or 10 power, sometimes higher than that. You're just going to really put a lot of pressure on at least 2 lanes, and then you can always drop MODOK in the 3rd lane Turn 5, the other thing you could do is play Morbius and Mystique. That's also a great turn 5, and then turn 6 you can play MODOK if you didn't have Mystique and Morbius early on. So that's also another awesome kind of win condition for you at the end of the game. Turn 6, obviously you're going to play American Chavez and your Swarms. And then hopefully you also have your Apocalypse in hand. And so your Dracula is going to take on the discard one more time, your Apocalypse. And it's just a huge, huge turn 6. Again, if you're applying pressure on all 3 lanes, it's really, really difficult for the opponent to deal with. So that's a turn by turn, guys. Let's get into some gameplay. So let's snap. Okay, this is like the perfect discard mirror deck. We've been playing each turn exactly the same, and now we're on the last turn. I've got Chavez here, put my 2 Swarms down over here, and I'm hoping Apocalypse is gonna eat him up. He's playing Hellcow. I have MODOK, but I wasn't able to play MODOK, so we'll see who wins out of this discard game. This is good. There's his Swarm, his Chavez, my Chavez, my Swarm, his Apocalypse. 16, my Apocalypse. 12. He wins. That was awesome. That was beautiful. Oh, I love it. That was so good. If I had MODOK, or he just had one, that was such a perfect mirror deck. Wow, really cool. Unfortunately, Morbius got hit by Icebox. That's unfortunate as well, but I'm gonna play Morbius here to stop her Nebula, or Marty's Nebula, from getting out of control here. Probably a good snap. I don't have Dracula, but if it's a bot, okay, Electro. I'm assuming this is not a bot. Unless it's a really smart bot, which it could be. This will be fun. We could do that. Okay, they're waving, which is a good play. So maybe Dr. Doom's coming out. I wouldn't assume it's a destroyer. Unless it is a bot, then it could be a destroyer. Okay, this is unfortunate because we don't have Dracula on the board. But I think it makes a lot of sense since they've already played Wave as well, just to go ahead and play MODOK. And MODOK would probably be best played here. Now, if this is a sniping bot, they're going to throw Cosmo down, and then I need to leave, but we'll see what happens. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, that could be pretty scary. Still don't know what's happening, though. I think we're in pretty good shape here. Let's see, we're probably going to win middle. Yeah, okay. It wasn't a bot. Marty wasn't a bot. Good job, Marty. Next opponent is Plucky. All these interesting names. So I have Morbius on 2, and then I'll play Mystique on 3. This is my favorite build on discard. One Morbius is good, 2 is better, because then they can on 4 unless they're playing Zabu, but on turn 4 they can enchant my first Morbius, but then I still have Mystique. So when I get those 2 and 3, I always play those hand in hand. I don't care if I get mines in my deck because I have MODOK. I've got Swarm, I've got Wolverine. It's perfect. If I'm not able to use Mystique, some people would think that's a wasted card, but as long as you have MODOK, she's just going to be another card that powers up your first Morbius if you have Morbius on the board. So I'm going to get Wolverine on the board. I'm going to get Swarm on the board. This is going to be a really good turn. Thank goodness for Superflow. Yeah, I have to play him here. I was hoping I could get another turn. I could get Calling Wing, but Calling Wing is going to be gone, so... Let's go ahead and put here so we stop his Nebula for growing. And he's got a huge Darkhawk here, which is unfortunate. But I don't want more Vibranium after I play MODOK. I guess I probably could have killed... I could have got more, huh? I guess the Vibranium goes in first. My Mystique and my Morbius would have been bigger. Let's go ahead and storm this location just so our opponent... And what's gonna happen? We're gonna get Chavez here. So I don't think I have... Oh, darn it. He got rid of one of my swarms. I'm in trouble. He's going to drop Stature on me. He's going to drop Stature, which is 7. So obviously I can add 3... If he drops Stature there, no biggie. Of course, he can move his Nightcrawler too. Tricky. Let's see. He might think, oh, I have a flooded lane, but I could play there. Man, this is tough. It's like a 50-50. Who knows where he's going to play? I assume he's going to have me... I'm going to go here. So I think he's going to flood that. I could put 9 here. 9 there doesn't do anything. So that's not good. I'm going to have to just go with what he's thinking. Let's see what happens. Yep. Vibranium, no big deal. Oh, no worries. Huh, I guess he didn't have Stature. Good for me. Tell me what you guys think about this discard deck. A lot of people are playing Collector. I don't like the Collector version. I like Mystique. I think it gives you a bigger upside as long as you have MODOK. If you don't have MODOK, obviously you can throw in Hellcow. Oh, this is good. This is good. This is a snappable offense right here. Oh, ouch. Ouch. Okay, we're going to have to play Morbius now. Let's go for the double Morbius. Unless we get Drac. Wave. Okay, guys. It's a Galactus deck. Cameron is playing a Galactus deck. Are there Galactus bot players? I don't think so. Gosh, this is tough. This is a tough one. He drops Galactus. He Spider-Mans. It's a 50-50. Does he go right? Does he go middle? Normally these guys go right, but that's why he might go middle. All right, let's go Morbius to the right. Oh, we're safe. Now, oh, double wave? Okay, you're weird, man. That's so weird. This guy's playing mind games with me. I wish I had stormed almost now. Still don't have Dracula, unfortunately. Whoops, not that card. See here, I'm getting rid of Mystique. I mean, actually, I could play Mystique, couldn't I? But then I wouldn't be able to play Apocalypse. So we're just going to have to do that. He's probably going to... What? Oh, it's a bot. The Kirby effect. What is this guy doing? He's played 3 waves in a row. What an awesome guy. Are you kidding me? What's he going to do? Is he going to play Absorbing Man over here? What are you going to do, Cameron? What is Cam going to do? If I go here, he can't win, right? Can he win? He can't win. Unless he zeroes me out. Oh, man, alive. He could just zero me out. I'm done, but is a bot that smart? Oh, man. It's not. What? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. What kind of gameplay was that? Cam, if you see this, will you please tell me what you were thinking? If you're a real person and you see this video, what on earth were you doing? I don't understand. Maybe he's waiting for a Galactus? But did he really have a... No, he can't be a real player. It's got to be a bot. I don't know, guys. Since they adjusted the bots, I'm seeing... Rhett. I tend to see a lot more bots. I would never get bots. Ever. I tracked it one time last season. I think I got 1 bot in like maybe 2 bots, 3 bots in like 3 or 4 days or 5 days or 6 days. I usually don't ever get bots. It's pretty wild. Let's go ahead and go over here and see if we get Storm. I love to, and this is why I don't like playing Collector, because now Calling Wing, I can either hit Swarm or Wolverine, and I'm golden. Either one of those is a great turn. So this 2 cost is gonna put 8 on the board for me. Of course, with Shuri's Lab, it's 12. But 2-8, a 2-8, that's amazing. Too bad Wolverine wasn't in Murder World. That'd have been cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and Storm Sakaar. Yeah, this has got to be another bot. Well, All the bots have the awesome Kirby effects. Look how amazing that is. Oops, sorry. All right. Okay, so the question is, do we set up in... Yeah, let's just set up in the flooding. I think that'll be okay. Perfect. Oh, Cloak. Maybe Rhett is another Galactus player. Wow. You know, guys, this is unfortunate. I need one more point here. I could go here. No, because that's not going to double anything, huh? Probably the best play is this. Or is it this? Get rid of my Mystique. Okay, Vulture. Okay. Is he gonna shift to the left? This is crazy. That's 18 power. I mean, this is obviously... What? Oh, guys, what is going on? Okay, here we go. We have Storm. Let's go over here. Let's go. Let's go Morbius. And I'm going to Storm this turn. I'd like to storm the negative zone, but that's alright. We'll Storm Nebula. I think this is snappable. Let's see if he plays. If he doesn't play anything, let's see what he plays here. A wave. Zabu. I love this. I love this Zabu. Okay, let's snap. And let's get an apocalypse cut. Then if we need to next turn, we can do Calling Wing. Let's see what we get. Okay, that's pretty good. They're setting up their Dark Hawk. So we're definitely going to go here and here. Get a couple of swarms. Fortunately, I had to get rid of that rock. So my Calling Wing could hit the swarms, of course. This is pretty tricky. I don't have Dracula. I haven't been getting Draculas the last few games, which is unfortunate. She'll go up to 13, which protects me against a Doctor Doom. Oh, he goes first. Yeah, okay. Goodbye. We don't mind getting Sentinels because that's just more people for MODOK to discard in case I get Morbius. Oh, we're playing a mirror deck. Unfortunately, my Storm's gone, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and play Lady Sif there. Keep her Nebula from growing. Storm. Okay. It's a good play. Hopefully I top deck. I do not. But I could play a Sentinel and a Morbius there, and that's pretty good. And then I can Mystique next turn. Or just MODOK. Ouch, lost his Dracula. He's in trouble. I think on this one we're gonna go Dracula to the right and then play MODOK at the end. So this is a Let's Snap. Okay, he's got MODOK. Oh, he's got Swarms too. I might be in trouble on this one. We want to win this lane and the middle lane, so we're good. We are good. No problem. Easy squeezy. He can have the left lane all day long. Morbius up to 10, up to 14. Drac bringing it home for us. Let's go. Another 4-cuber. Let's go. All day long, baby. All day long. Ooh, we got Altar of Death for Wolverine. Let's go ahead. Oh, I'm tempted to do Morbius, though. But, we're just going to play a curve. Okay, Zabu. No problem. We're going to play Mystique over into the Zabu lane. Just in case he wants to Morbius. Or enchant my Morbius. Then I still have Mystique. Rock Slide, typical. No problem. Okay, this is kind of fun. Because we can throw in... Let's go ahead and do that.
Wind, aid my hand.
See, we should be able to match his Darkhawk with our MODOK. The only problem is he might block us. So I'm actually going to go here because he might play his Cosmo here. I wouldn't doubt it. So we're going to snap, and hopefully he plays his Cosmo in the middle to protect his... Oh, he doesn't need to because he doesn't need to protect his Darkhawk. Oh, no. I should have played in the middle. That's all right. That'll actually win me that lane over there. Yeah, that lane's won. We've got this one. This deck is so powerful. So powerful. So good. Retreat. I'm getting another point. 21 from Nebula. Well, I guess he's going for an 8 cuber. Yeah, he can beat me on this one. Yeah, for instance, he's gonna win that. But I don't know if he's gonna win the left. Oh, Ghost Rider. Oh, that's so good. Oh, dang. That was so good. Oh, he won the 8 cuber. Oh my gosh. Wow. What a game. No Dracula. This deck is so good. All right, guys. That was pretty good. You kind of saw the power of this deck really quick. Didn't win a lot of cubes. Generally, you'll win like 2 or 4. The only thing about playing discard is people are going to know kind of your line. Discard's a pretty well-known archetype, but super fun to play. I've loved discard. So I've got to go, though. Daughter's got a birthday, so that I got to get to. So you guys have a great one, and enjoy playing some discard on your way to infinite. And best of luck on the ladder. Let's snap.